If you don't mind me asking you a personal question, do you take care of your tip? Me personally, I like to take good care of mine. I'm always making sure it's not mushrooming or anything. I had no idea when I first started playing pool that there's actually some maintenance that needs to be done to ensure that your tip stays in a good shape. So, my plan for today is to show you how to keep your tip clean and also why. Why do you have to take care of your tip? Number one, and the most important reason is your tip needs to have some kind of curved shape, whether you prefer a diamond, nickel, or whatever you like. That's up to you. But over time of playing, it will flatten out a little bit. And if you don't do any kind of shaping to it, it will be completely flat, and it will affect your draw shots, force follows, maybe even some English shots. It does affect it. I can guarantee you know a couple people who play a lot, and they'll show you the side of their tip. Don't laugh. And you can just see all the ends coming out. I don't know if you can see on the camera. I'll probably do a zoom in. But it's all mushroomed out without any good care on there. So for the purpose of this video, the only thing that is non-negotiable, the one thing you have to do is make sure you shape your tip or you have some kind of tip tool. Everything else that I'm going to show you in this video is pretty much just aesthetic wise. It's just to make sure it looks good. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm down shooting and I can see the edges of the tip sticking out and mushroomed out, that's just going to bother me. Should it? Probably not. But I just don't like how it looks. I like to have mine nice and neat. So step one, shaping your tip. So this is fairly easy. If you want to buy a shaping tool, the Last Forever Tip Tools, not a sponsor, but they're great. I think FX Billiards recommended this on a video. Bought one. I've had it for like about a year. So this tip tool, I know there's some that come in a dime or nickel or both. This one specifically dime, I just went with that one. And it's very simple. What I do, if it's already have a decent shape on there, kind of just run it across a little bit while turning it. Try to have it on a flat surface. And bam. You might need a little bit more than that sometimes, but that's all I really have to do sometimes. Sometimes I like to put it on the ground and kind of make sure it's flat and kind of do that motion. That, with a little bit of pressure, will shape your tip in no time. Also, another thing you can do, if you don't want to buy that, which it's not that expensive, you can also make one. This was just a small PVC pipe. I cut in half and I put some sandpaper on there. And this one is shaped to a nickel. I checked. I made it. I use it on someone else's cue because I don't play with a nickel. But yes, it works. I'm not going to do it on this because I already shaped it. But this works just as fine for some quick shaping if you need to. And it's lasted me a while too. But you could also go that route. I super glued the sandpaper across, so it's stuck on there good. It works pretty well. See how flat it is? Like this tip's pretty much done. It's mushroomed. Keep in mind this isn't the best cue. This is a cheap cue I found, but there's no point in salvaging this, and I don't have any other ones to show you. So I'm going to show you what I do with mine to try to keep it nice and neat. So this is a decent tip. I shaped it and I fixed it not too long ago, so it is in good condition. So these are the things you will need to help keep your tip clean. I know it looks weird. You have $1, Just in case you don't have a piece of leather, you can burnish with $1, just in case you didn't know that. You're going to need two, I know they look the same, but these are two different types of sandpaper. This one's the most fine I was able to find, and this is a couple degrees under that. I will have pictures of the actual type of sandpaper. Piece of leather. I know this may sound like a sponsored video, but it's not, I promise. But if you order the Last Forever tip tool, it actually comes with a piece of leather. I've used this quite a bit, but it also has a burnishing thing here. So what you need to do is, if you have the Last Forever tool, is when there's little pieces of leather sticking out past the tip right here, what I will do is I will kind of set it just on the side right here, and I'll roll it just a little bit. It's hard to do it on camera without messing it up, but what I do is put it right here, almost that way you're not scraping off the ferrule too much, and very slowly kind of take some off of it. Sometimes I'll hold it like this. Sorry, I try to stay focused on the camera and do this at the same time. After you do that for a little bit, it's going to look pretty dusty. Mine's not too bad, so if you have one that's worse, it's probably going to take you longer, but you just want to get it pretty close to flush on the ferrule. So, and also remember, if you don't have one of these, just get a pretty rough piece of sandpaper, and be careful because you might dig into the ferrule. So after you take off a majority of it with the rougher sandpaper, you want to move on to your next level. So not the super fine one, but it's a little bit more fine than the last stuff you do. And what I do is same thing, set it up in front of the ferrule, kind of grab it like that. You're trying not to hit too much of the ferrule on this, and you just kind of want to roll the cue in your hands and rip down a little bit more. It's going to be a little bit more fine. It's going to make sure that the ferrule is nice and flush with the tip. You don't want to hit too much of the ferrule. I know I'm doing it, but if you want, you could also put a piece of tape, right? That way you're not scuffing up your cue, especially if you have carbon fiber. But you just do that a little bit, and you'll feel it's pretty fine. But next, this one you can, if you did put a piece of tape on there, or you're worried about the ferrule, this one is so fine you can actually touch the ferrule with this one. It'll actually smooth it out a little bit. But same thing. Do that a little bit. Feel it out. Should feel the smoothest. Should feel almost flush to everything now. It's perfect. See how it looks a little rough? So once you got it down to your preferred size, so for your next step, you just want to get some water and wet the edges of the tip. As you can see, it's a little darker. You just want to get all the way around it. The next step is called burnishing. Essentially, you're burning the edges of the tip. And if you do this very well, it helps prevent a more mushrooming. If you also have some high quality tips, it also helps too. This one is pretty good quality. That's why it hasn't really been mushrooming. But I also try to get ahead of that anyways. But once you get a little damp, if you don't have a piece of leather like I have right here, you can grab $1, put it on the edge right here, kind of like I did. This doesn't matter. You can touch the ferrule, and then kind of use the $1 to rub the edges of the ferrule. See that? It isn't the best, but it will do. Plus, if you do it with more time, the leather is probably your best option. With that, it's a little smoother. Get some nice turns on there. You really want to do it fast because it heats up the leather and it really burns it. See that? See the difference? Looks nice and clean. Looks professionally made. What I do, a couple more times. After I'm done with that, I'll put it on the shaper one more time. Do a couple turns. And there you go. And again, guys, this is all just preference. You don't have to do all this extra stuff to make sure your tip looks clean. I personally like it. Like I said, I like that look when I'm down shooting. It just looks nice. The most important thing is that you have some kind of tip tool like these, and make sure you just shape your tip if you play every day, maybe once a week, every other week. After a while, you'll be able to tell. Like all you need to have is a little bit of a curve to it to help with your shots. But if any of that was useful to you guys, please let me know. I know this is one of a longer videos. I just wanted to get this video out because I've never seen someone else post something about it or how to keep it clean and stuff. So I'm hoping this will help out some other people and maybe encourage some people who don't like the look of a mushroom tip but just don't know how to fix them themselves. But it's not that hard. It just takes a little bit of patience. But thank you guys for watching and follow for more.